Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Well,
that beautiful sound you just heard was JD Vance getting booed at by fire worker union members. And I found Tim Walz being introduced to that same group just weeks ago. And I want you to see the difference in how they respond to him versus them. But first, I want to show you more of this moment. He gets booed 3 times during this speech, 3 times. Let's go through them. First, he gets booed when he shows up. Here's that.
watching that. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Well, Semper Fi, guys. We got some, it sounds like we got some fans and some haters. That's okay. Listen to what I have to say here, and I'll make my pitch. I want to first say thank you to Representative Jimenez for the great introduction. It's very kind of you. Thank you for your service.
One, do you notice how he just trips up over his words when he gets booed? He is totally shocked that that's happening. Good. Here he is getting booed when he says he and Trump are the most pro-union candidates for president ever. It's beautiful. Watch this.
Trump and I are proud to be the most pro-worker Republican ticket in history. And I want to talk about why we're fighting for working people, why we're going to fight for unions and non-union alike. Now, our enemies and a lot of Democrats call us populists, like it's something of an insult. But if being a populist means being on the side of working people rather than the powerful elites who hollowed out our middle class and sent us into stupid foreign wars, then sign me up. I am a populist, and I'm proud of it.
So, wow, he got booed. The union workers saw right through them, as they should. Just so you know how these events work, there are staffers there called Vance. And what they do is they try to manage the crowd. Obviously, they're not going to kick people out for booing when it's not their space. But what they will do, Vance people will start to clap just to try to turn the tides of the audience. And so that's a little bit of what we were hearing there. Let's just watch that moment one more time.
And sent us into stupid foreign wars, then sign me up. I am a populist, and I'm proud of it.
So you hear that pause? That makes me feel like that was the staff trying to. That wasn't like an organic audience response. That was the staff clapping, and then as people do, they will just join in. But that wasn't an organic response to his speech. Nor should it be, because I mean, this goes without saying. Trump and Vance are anti-worker. Here's just the littlest bit of information of how badly Trump and Vance would be for workers. The Trump Supreme Court issued a devastating ruling against public sector unions, which represent almost as many union members as private businesses. The 2018 decision with Justice Neil Gorsuch, a Trump appointee, providing the deciding fifth vote, makes it easier for government employees nationwide to not pay union dues, even if their workplace is unionized. Trump promised residents that manufacturing jobs would be returning to the union region, telling the crowd, "Don't move, don't sell your house." But 2 years later, GM closed the plant. Trump has frequently clashed with unions when he was in business, probably more than any president before his first election, and he and UAW leadership have been taking shots at each other ever since. Trump has said, you should not pay your dues because they're selling you to hell. You're going to be going to hell. You're not going to have jobs. All those cars are going to be made in China. That's Trump. And let's not forget that literally just a couple weeks ago, Trump and Musk discussed firing striking workers, and the UAW is now seeking an investigation because of it. Trump said, "You're the greatest cutter. I look at what you do. You walk in and say you want to quit. I won't mention the name of the company, but they go on strike and you say, that's okay. You're all gone." So no wonder why they're all booing. And just to round it all out, here they are booing JD Vance as he's leaving his speech.
We're going to fight for you whether we get it or not. God bless you guys, and thank you.
I want to make that my alarm. I want to wake up to that every day. That is just invigorating. I love when fascists get booed. And so when I saw this, I thought to myself, I wonder if Tim Walz has ever talked to this group before. Turns out he had. And I thought to myself, I wonder how the audience reacted to Tim Walz when they saw him. Well, I got the answer.
To our IAFF family, Governor Walz.
Well, good morning. I know you got a lot of important.
Well, it could not be a starker example of the difference between the two candidates in that workers know that J.D. Vance is someone who has disowned his past, disowned the middle-class life. He is embedded with Silicon Valley billionaires. His running mate is a billionaire. Donald Trump does not know what it means to use your own blood, sweat, and tears to make money. Tim Walz and Kamala Harris have had to put in their own physical body, I don't know how else to put that, into making a living. Kamala Harris famously worked at McDonald's. Tim Walz is a teacher, a coach. I personally worked at KFC. I worked at restaurants. I pushed carts at Walmart. And I would much rather someone lead us who knows what it's like to have very little. If you're born with a lot, you don't know what it means to not know when the next dollar is going to come, how you're going to pay gas, you know, how $3 more a month or $3 more an hour could be life-changing. So the fireworker unions know that. My guess and my hope is that a majority of the country knows that. My hope is that a majority of the swing state voters know that. Kamala Harris and Tim Walz are the ones who are going to protect workers. Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, wants to destroy them.
I don't know what's wrong with you young people. You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?